What you want. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime.
After traveling almost 3,000 miles from New York to California, I'm starting to smell the scent of fresh ingredients in the air instead of garbage trucks and dog pee. This is a magical place. Fertile soil, flat land that is easy to farm, and a varied climate has made it the best place in the United States to grow organic food. It's no accident that every healthy food trend that becomes a worldwide phenomenon begins right here in California. Organic juice! I'm almost there. Oh my, Raiza, don't die for dates. Not worth it. First stop is in Coachella Valley to find the sweetest fruit on earth, dates. I wish that I knew what I know. I'm finally here and alive. I wish that I knew what I know now. On today's episode, I'm visiting a farm in the desert of Coachella Valley, known for their organic dates produced by a cool guy named Douglas. And I'll use them to make date caramel filling for my pie. But first, let's find out why the dates grown here are anything but ordinary. With 3,000 acres of date palms, the Woodspur Farm is the biggest organic date farm in the United States. The dripping method is the most water-saving irrigation system in existence. Pipes and small tubes brings the water little by little to the palms, where it drips right next to the roots without a drop being wasted. Don't cry. Water is a scarce resource around here, and we can't waste it. There's no point in the dates being delicious if the way they're grown isn't sustainable. And here, they're also marvelous. Do they look appealing? Absolutely not. But trust me, their sad wrinkled face is masking some wonderfulness inside. Dates usually come from Middle East. Why a date farm right here in California?
The reason that it came here was Morocco was having a soil-borne disease, and the USDA brought 100 shoots into Nevada, and once they found out that the soil-borne disease wasn't transported with those shoots, they opened it up for sale, and so the original owners of Oasis Date Gardens brought them to plant.
I know you have a very specific irrigation method here that saves a lot of water.
Now we are roughly about 75% drip irrigated. So it goes in through micro tubes that go directly to the base of the tree, and then it releases water in little
like
droplets.
Drop by drop?
Drop by drop.
How much water can you save with that?
A huge percentage.
I find incredible how sweet it is, and it's so it's literally coming from this awful thin sand, and it's giving all the nutrition to make this beautiful thing.
There's all the essential amino acids. They actually say 7 dates a day will keep the doctor away.
That's easy.
Yeah, exactly.
How about 300 a day? I should have said 300 dates a day. You need a toilet right away.
That would have been perfect.
I'm so good. Maybe you can hold a date.
Sure.
So I'll never forget you're the date producer, and I'm just gonna photograph you.
Sure.
Beautiful. Great. This is mine. When I buy dates at the Woodspur Farms, I know that my product has a face, the face of Douglas. And with my support, Doug can buy a tie-dye bandana to absorb the sweat from the bright sun of the desert. That's why we should always support our local small farmers.
You can move now, that's okay.
Oh, I'm so likable. Yeah, because I just stole 3 pounds of dates from his trees. Now I'm ready to bake, using only creativity and utensils and appliances that were available during our grandparents' time. Nothing electric and no expensive technology. This way we can cook in the spirit of peace and love, just like they did in the 60s. Sand? Am I eating sand? I've been to Woodstock in '69, but never Coachella or Burning Man, so I had no idea what a sandstorm was like. Not good. It's like rain, but sand instead of water. Everywhere I look at, it's covered in nasty, thin sand. Everything. My cushions, the trailer that took me months to build, every little corner, every hole of my body and my trailer is covered in sand. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this. Let's pretend nothing has happened and start writing the dates. We need to turn them into a paste to resemble a caramel. Not everyone has an electric food processor in the 60s, so the knife should do the job. Nope, the knife's not doing the job. Mortar and pestle, please. Smash it until it turns into a fine, beautiful paste. Then you can add salt, almond milk, almond extract, and raspberry liqueur. They say that 15 dates a day you can cross a desert. There's definitely enough in this caramel to be able to happily cross the entire world. But I'm not doing it. I left my butter here in the mighty California sun so it would soften to a creamy consistency. Just like this. Perfect for my pie crust. The sun is back. Now I just have to remove a thick layer of sand from my dishes and get cooking. To make the chocolate pie crust, add to a bowl confectioner's sugar and butter. Cream it together. Add vanilla extract, cocoa powder, and salt. Mix it well. Now the egg. Usually pie crust made with an egg is a little less flaky, but I find this recipe just perfect. Add 1 egg and mix it. Now it's just missing the flour. If the wind allows me to. Sift the flour on top of the creamed ingredients and mix it all with your fingertips. Pie crust shouldn't be mixed for too long or it develops too much gluten and becomes chewy instead of flaky. Wrap it and refrigerate it.
Sometimes you take me by surprise and I don't know what to say. When I'm not alone, you always find me where I lay.
It must be a miracle. Now I'm going to roll out the dough, which should have hardened by now and is nice and chilled to the touch. And I don't need any kind of special utensil. We don't need no juice, just some elbow grease and a bottle of wine. Ha! But it has to be a very fancy wine from 1952. Just kidding, this one's Trader Joe's. Roll out your dough. If it shrinks, it's because you didn't let it rest long enough. So roll out to 1/3 of an inch thick and transfer to a tart pan. Tuck the corners nicely and remove the excess. Poke the bottom with a fork so the air can escape and bake it in a preheated oven at 350 Fahrenheit for 35 minutes. people think that pie crust only plays a supporting role besides the filling. But when it comes to this pie, the crust is, in fact, chocolatey, crunchy Costa. It's like a chocolate butter cookie. Spread the date caramel inside the chocolate crust and top it with raspberries to balance the sweetness of the dates. There's no real caramel, but dates are just as sweet.
I laughed at all his words. I thought he was a bitter man. He spoke of women's ways. The trap you and the use you.
And now it's time to connect at the speed of nature instead of the speed of Wi-Fi.
Don't ever let it show. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
This is what your product turned into. What do you think is the most important part of like consuming local foods?
Providing resources back to the farmers. I think California grown is known around the world, but I'm not necessarily resonate as much with the local growers.
I forgot I brought you something. I'm gonna go get it.
Okay.
You're gonna like it. That's my book.
Oh, excellent. Thank you so much.
I thought you would be more excited.
This is great. Thank you.
This is you very
great.
excited?
Yes.
Yeah, this crust is here.
Okay.
And I just wanted to bring something from New York to you because
Thank you.
I don't know. I like this exchange.
Yeah?
New York, California.
This is fantastic.
We're not supposed to hate each other.
You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, it just might find.
When you treat Mother Nature well, she returns the favor. Who said that saving water has to be a drag? Here, nothing is wasted. Everything is transformed. The same water that I'm bathing in also waters the date palms and supplies our trailer. Poor date palms. Cooking like they did in the past can give you a lot to think about. Sometimes, simplicity makes everything better.